Do reality checks lose effectiveness over time? Can reality checks stop working completely? Well, the answer is really it depends. Just performing reality checks isn't going to make them lose effectiveness. They're not something that, you just get so used to that they just stop working. But you can get used to the routine of performing them, and that's kind of the problem. I've said this a lot in my reality check videos, but it needs to be said. Don't treat them as just some routine part of your day that you just get over with. Every time that you do a reality check, you need to be aware of the fact that you could be dreaming right now. Right now, while you're watching this, you might be so dead certain that you're awake, but you could be dreaming for all you know. You don't know until you perform a reality check. You never know until you perform that check. So you need to be doing those checks seriously every time. And this is where they can lose some effectiveness. Because if you do start off doing reality checks, all excited to lucid dream, thinking, hey, I could be in a dream right now. Let's, do my checks. Let's see if that finger goes through my palm. Let's, count all my fingers and do all of these little checks. And you go through the routine, excited and believing that you could be dreaming and taking it super seriously. But as time wears on and you're doing these checks every day over and over and over, it starts to just become routine. You start, you're just doing this, you're not even really looking if your finger is going through your hand, you just glance at your hand, you say, oh, they look normal, you don't even bother counting your fingers, or you go to close your nose to see if you can breathe through it, and you don't actually pay attention to whether or not you can. And what's going to happen then? When you try to poke your finger through your hand and you don't even look, you're not going to see that it's going right through, so you're not going to realise you're dreaming. When you look at your hands and you don't count those fingers, you're going to miss the fact that you have 6 fingers on one hand that would have clued you into the fact that you were dreaming. I think you get the idea at this point. If you're not taking it seriously, it's not going to work. And naturally, over time, we tend to get bored with things. If we're doing something every day over and over and over, we start doing it on autopilot. You should never, ever do a reality check on autopilot. A reality check isn't just a little habit that you keep repeating, it's a serious test that you're doing right now to find out, am I awake or am I dreaming? Now, if you do find yourself slipping like that, you find that over time you're just getting more and more bored with doing reality checks, so you don't take them seriously, then try to make them interesting, try to make them fun, try to make it exciting. Just take a step back from your day, sit down and maybe add some other aspect to the process. Maybe during your reality check, one of the things I like to do is retracing my steps. So maybe you do that, you go through your steps for the day, but you take a moment to just think about your day, what you've accomplished so far, what you want to get done afterwards. And you treat it as a little pause and evaluation of your day. Or maybe you just switch up the reality checks that you do. Maybe you're used to doing everything with your hands, poking your finger through your palms, looking at your hands and studying them, counting all of your fingers. So maybe you focus on different ones, like that retracing your steps that I mentioned, like looking at a clock, looking away and looking back to see if the time changes, like the attempt to breathe through your closed nose. You don't even necessarily have to use new reality checks, because you might be like me and just pretty much bundle all of the ones that you know together in one routine, in which case you can't really add a lot of new ones. But if you do that, then just rearrange them. Just maybe drop one for a few days and not do that one and focus on the others and taking them seriously. Or, rearrange the order of them so the one that used to be the last check becomes the first, and so on. You can also change up the times of day that you're performing them. Maybe you were doing them on a fixed routine every 2 hours or something like that. Well, try and do it a bit differently. Try and notice certain things and do reality checks in response to them, like noticing dream signs, or maybe when you enter or leave a room, you do a reality check. It all comes back to our brain's reward circuits. Our brain tends to reward us better when we do novel things. So if you want to be rewarded better for doing reality checks and not feel bored by them, then make it novel and interesting each time. Hopefully this answers the question, and if you want to learn more about reality checks and how to lucid dream and how to master lucid dreaming, be sure to check out my complete book, The Lucid Dream Book. There'll be a link to it in the top right hand corner and down in the description below. Anyway, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and enable all notifications if you want to stay up to date with my videos. And if you want to keep watching right now, check out one of those videos on screen, go watch that, and I'll see you there soon. Take care.